O.J. Simpson quotes, I'm enjoying the money, the big houses, the cars. What ghetto kid wouldn't? One of the greatest football players ever, personalities. Of course, for some people, they debate his guilt or his innocence. I'm not here to do that, even though I still feel not guilty, but it's another story, another video. I'm just here to use this quote. And one of the most charismatic, personable athletes in modern history. The guy that single handedly, when you think about Jordan and you think about LeBron and a lot of these modern Tiger, who now go by one name but became corporate endorsers, he was the godfather of it all. I remember the late great Eddie Robinson, from University, winningest black coach ever, said that about him, which was true. You couldn't think about corporate product pitchman and not think about juice because he had a reputation. He was that dude that's truly stirred and made that orange juice. And you know, this is one of the reasons why. And I'm not trying to get into but I already said I don't think he did it. This is one of the reasons why I always felt like he did. Because if you read that quote, a lot of people went by the shuck and jive about I'm not black, I'm OJ and all that. This is the thing. He said stuff because he was in corporate world. But at the heart of heart, he was a ghetto cat. He came from the projects in Frisco. As a matter of fact, he led a gang once. He told Jim Brown at the corner store, he said, you ain't so bad, I'm going to break your records one day. He was that cocky kid who believed, who had rickets on his legs, who went from City College to playing for USC. And you know about him being a Heisman Trophy winner. And of course, he played for my favorite football team ever, the Buffalo Bills. And he's still considered the greatest Buffalo Bills player, in my personal opinion, because he just was distinctive. Running behind the electric company, the first man to go to 2,000 yards in the 14-game season, is still a standard to me. Considering how tough the AFC was back in the 70s, he was a one-man band. He was bad. And they never can take that away, no matter what else. But this quote is real. I'm enjoying the money, the big houses, the cars. What ghetto kid wouldn't? You don't often assume a guy that bops his head and acts so nonchalant to say such a thing unless he really meant that. He meant that because that's where he came from. He was from the projects. And a lot of times these entertainers be shuffling and lying. They shuffleboard. They have you thinking that they got all that, but they, he came from it. Now, you get somebody like Jay-Z want to say, try to diss him in a song, but you can't talk because you're bought and paid for by the same people. You cannot work in that entertainment industry. And this does tie into that because it is a ghetto kid's dream to have a sense of the American dream. That's the only time you ever feel that you're on the same playing field, level field. Because money is the only thing that really gets the balance. It's not based on your personality or, because there's a lot of people superficial. They're superficial. That's a fact. They just assume you to lie and hustle and, and do whatever. But come to find out, at the end of the day, how everything turned out where he's concerned, you had people who were 50-50 and indifferent. And so it's a very polarizing to say his name, but I had to use this quote because I thought this quote was quite reflective and also one of those kind of quotes that exemplifies a lot of cats. It really does when you really read it. I'm enjoying the money, the big houses, the cars. What ghetto kid wouldn't? That's speaking 100% because that was the American dream, to get out and entertain and by any means. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. Share if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.